Welcome to this week's episode of ABC of Superstitions with myself, Anne Rekovich, and the delightful...
Hello.
She's forgotten her name, Renata Daniel. And we have a little bit of a sad announcement, but it's not sad. It's just we have to change and we have to grow. This will be our very final episode here on the Paranormal United Network, Paralanx. We have made the decision that we need to focus our energies on building our YouTube account and building our audience on there. And we are just spread too thin at the moment. And we've suffered from burnout, haven't we? So yes. We will continue doing our ABC of Superstitions, but it's going to appear on our YouTube account. So make sure you have subscribed to our YouTube page, which is Anne and Renata. I think it's Ghost Hunters or something like that. And then put that bell on. Hit the little bell so you get notified when we are going to go. We're still trying to work out whether we're going to go live or whether it's going to be pre-recorded shows or a mixture of both. Because what we get the most joy out of is the interaction and the chat with you guys. That brightens out, eh?
Yep, absolutely.
And comments like this. Found you in October this year and you made the end of the very dark year so much better and so much learning and laughter. Thank you so much, Jodie Music. I'm so glad that I now jumped onto the Isaac Butterfield shows and did comments for people who mentioned the Ghost Grannies and wherever else I found people. But we need your help. We're at the stage that we are providing so much content and so much education and hopefully lots of laughter as well, that it's full time for us, but it's not an income that pays our bills. So we are trying to build up our YouTube channel
so it can be monetized.
So we get ads and things like that. So we're not asking you guys to have to put your hand in your pocket and throw us super stickers all the time. What we're trying to do is get YouTube to monetize our content so that we can actually start to make some money on it. And we're getting little bits and pieces, and it's wonderful. So make sure you've got our YouTube. Please. And look, we really want to thank the Paranormal United Network and Paralanx. Jeremy was the one who got us over onto this, and we've got to meet so many more new, beautiful people here. And welcome you all to our crazy little family. And the door is open for us to come back at any time that we should choose to come back. And who knows?
We don't know. We could do some specials.
We could. So we look forward to seeing you on our YouTube pages. And, of course, if you want to join on the Facebook pages as well, that's great. And, thank you, Joshua. That's so lovely. But we're just at the stage where we're presenting 5 shows a week, all which need research and education. And our heads,
we love doing it.
We love doing it.
But the whole process is, it's like you guys, you won't go to work 7 days a week to come home and have an empty pay packet and nothing from it. And we still have to feed families and do pay bills. And so we're looking at how to strategically do this so that we can actually do more, provide more, and be with you guys more, but that we're actually getting something from it and not necessarily asking you guys to continually, like Anne said, put your hand in your pockets, because we know how hard it is. at this stage. Absolutely. So the more we can reach out to people, and YouTube seems to be the way to go, because Facebook is screwing around with everybody's reach at the moment. If you're great at SEO and algorithms and all of that, but sometimes we will go through this, and this is just an example. Sometimes I'll put this stuff on Facebook pages, and I will have one view or one person reach. One person reach, and you go, how does that even happen? One person reach. And so we've got to take back our own content and put it somewhere where we can sort of have control over it, rather than the big guys who are earning lots of money from all of us little guys doing all of this stuff. And the whole thing about the superstitions is awesome. I'm loving doing the research. We're both doing huge research for these superstitions, and it's awesome. It's awesome fun, and it's awesome fun bringing this stuff to you. So we want to continue doing it.
So, Karen, thank you so much for sending the stars. We do appreciate it. Now, quality, not quantity. That's right. But we're hoping we can do both. And we will make sure that there is a show on in the American time frame to keep all you guys with us. Because,
absolutely. We don't want to miss out on you guys. Hello, Irene. Hello, David. Celtic Dragon.
Beautiful. Amy, and it does YouTube, and she's not. Oh, that's such a beautiful thing to say. We adore Amy. She is just, thank you.
Yeah, David, we need sponsors.
Yes, we do need sponsors.
Sponsors with big, fat pockets.
For some very generously proportioned ladies. So, let's get on to what's happening today. I'd just like to thank Renata for decorating the set for me, as you do. I had to climb ladders and pull things out of boxes. Yeah, you will get used to watching on YouTube, and you can still comment on YouTube. And the thing is, they monetize that for us, and it doesn't cost you guys a cent. Of course, if you want to send super stickers, we won't say no. Joshua said, completely effing my groups up too. It's Facebook. I know many famous people too who are done with Facebook. And they're shooting themselves in the foot. Yeah, absolutely.
Facebook is really...
Oh, no, we're not leaving the paranormal. No. Hey, well, that's a way to get people onto the feed, isn't it?
No, Emily, we are not leaving the paranormal. We are never leaving the paranormal, because when we die, we become the paranormal. So this is it.
We've got someone who's naked HD XYZ online strips without clothing.
Awesome.
We can provide that for our own people. They don't need to go to your site. We can strip here.
No, are you a sponsor? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, are you a sponsor for our show?
Yeah, will you sponsor us?
Because otherwise, if you're not,
go away.
Yeah, you are definitely.
Yeah, go on.
Go away. Bye.
That was nice.
Oh, that was funny. We've not had strippers before. Maybe this is the joy of YouTube. We get strippers.
Are they not seeing our beautiful age? Are they not seeing who they're talking to?
Don't they know we have a quality audience that don't go over to those sorts of pages? Oh, look. Yes, if you are watching YouTube, make sure that when you go out of it, you go back in and give it a thumbs up, because that does help. Oh, look, we've lost our scout. Yeah, that was very random, Jessie, wasn't it? Jeffrey! Hello! Yeah.
Jeffrey, we had a scammer for like 2 seconds, and they were talking about some nude thing, undressing.
Apparently undressing live on YouTube, and I said, we can do that.
Should we have a fans-only page? Should we have a fans-only page?
We've got a Patreon group.
What would that even look like? What would that even look like?
You were here for the cat. We've got dogs today. No cats today. Have I not changed the... Oh, I've not changed the description. Oh, I'm an idiot. Anyway, we're on to dogs. Shall we get on to the dogs?
Yes.
All right, we're losing people. They're going because they're going, what? It's about dogs, not cats.
Sorry, cats was last week, and you're very welcome to go back to
It's on YouTube. You can watch it.
It's on YouTube. You can watch it anytime you like.
Oh, thanks for the stars, Jeffrey.
but we're talking about demon dogs from around the world and superstitions associated with dogs. So for thousands of years, the close bond between man and dog has helped to solidify the veneration of the canine species in recorded history. Many superstitions about dogs that exist today were derived from mythology and world religions. Superstitions and ghost stories play a big part in our history as humans. Yes, they do. And that is most important because it is storytelling. And we as humans still thrive on storytelling. We tell our children stories when they're smaller, and then we stop for some reason. And it's like the adults shouldn't do it. And I think that's really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's little surprise most of the more elaborate myths are about dogs. It was once believed that dogs would lead us to the underworld, whether that was the path to heaven or Hades. Now, they also guarded the gates of the afterworld. In both Greek and Roman mythology, the guardian of Hades was a three-headed dog named what?
Cerberus.
Oh, I was asking them.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I thought you were asking me. I'm sorry, concentrating on something else.
Oh! A three-headed dog named Cerberus and a Greco-Egyptian dog named Hermanubis. Hermanubis.
Hi, Jen and
That
Jeanette.
guided souls to heaven. Even the Aztecs worshipped a dog-headed god called, what's that? Zolotol?
Oh no, I'm not going to say anything anymore because I've got in trouble.
Is that a sugar substitute?
Zolotl.
Zolotl? Still sounds like a sugar substitute. These legends have sparked quite a few superstitions and myths that many still believe.
Oh, a raccoon dog, Irene. That's fascinating.
Here are favourites among some of the stories and how they have shown up.
Zena, when you said what's it called, she said Trevor.
This is an absolutely beautiful one here. In the ancient Persian belief system of Zoroastrianism, dogs were sacred beings nearly equal to humans.
Oh, is that a Shiba Inu?
A central component of the belief required that humans treat dogs with a degree of respect. Never give your dog a bad meal. Take care of pregnant dogs as you would pregnant women, and never kill a dog, for it will lead to eternal damnation. Oh, hands up who believes that should be made into law. Maybe that should be made into law in every country of the world. I think so.
Cool.
In Hinduism, dogs are considered sacred in parts of Nepal and India. They are celebrated in a 5-day festival every year in November. During this celebration, dogs relive the sacred red spot on their heads and paws.
What do they do?
Relieve. Or they get one anyway. They get a red dot. Look at that.
Oh, look at the red dot.
Oh, cute.
I've got some lipstick. Can I do that to my dogs now? I've brought my dogs in for this show because I figure if we're doing a show on dogs, they need to be here.
Yep.
Yeah, I know, Jenny. It's very distressing. There are some countries that still do have a dog meat trade, and that's just...
Yes. And I actually saw for like 2 seconds, a small post where some people have taken it upon themselves to go and save dogs from the meat trade.
Yes, I follow them on TikTok as well.
It's her, and this one particular clip showed them all sitting in plastic bags.
Hold that for a sec.
And you go, that's horrendous. And you understand that there are people around the world that are starving, but it's just it makes your heart just really very, very sad. It makes your heart sad. Okay, let's go on. Let's move on.
Make it law. Everyone's saying make it law.
Make it law, yes.
Oh, Irene is saying the raccoon dogs being present mean that it's wealth.
Oh, nice.
I like it.
So,
hey, Melinda.
Let's look at howling dogs. We all know that the moon holds sway over our lives, and it's little wonder that most superstitions about dogs are mostly derived from wolves and the moon. Howling dogs are not only spooky, but they were thought to foretell death. Pay careful attention to the number of times a dog howls and where the dog is located. These two things will tell you how unlucky it is. And here are a few myths about howling dogs. When the dog howls, or that when the howl of the dog breaks the silence of night, it's an omen of death. If a dog howls for no reason, it means he sees unseen spirits.
Oh, what?
If a dog howls outside of the window of a person who is ill, that person will soon die.
Oh, jeez.
Especially if the dog was driven away, then returned to howl again. If a dog howls at a crossroads, it means the goddess Hecate is near, and that is rarely a good thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I've been visited by her once.
Okay.
Thank you very much. If a dog howls an odd number of times, for example, 1 long howl or 3 howls, he is marking the death of a person nearby. If a dog howls 4 times while under the front porch, it is a harbinger of death.
That's a veranda in Australia. Veranda. Oh,
Now, dogs and their colours.
they've got conjunctivitis. Real bad. Poor buggers.
Now, black dogs, as we found last week with black cats, have long gotten a bad rap with superstitions. In ancient myths and legends, they were considered unlucky due to some believing that they were the spectral dog, otherwise known as a barghest. This mythical black dog was monstrous with huge teeth and claws. But pay no heed. If you read Harry Potter books, you know that the spectral dog is actually a pretty nice guy. Even throughout history, black dogs haven't always been unlucky.
Oh, yes, the grim.
In fact, many cultures believe black dogs are the ultimate symbol of good luck. For instance,
Oh, you've got a black dog?
I have one black puppy.
How's that working for you?
Who is now grey. He's going grey everywhere.
You're
He's
losing your luck.
very cute. For instance, if you happen across a greyhound that is black with a white spot on his forehead, it's just about the same as winning a superstition lottery. You're virtually assured of good fortune.
Oh, we have to tell Claire
we have
that.
to give, yeah, we
She'll
have to tell
love
Claire
it.
that. Absolutely. Claire is one of our lovely friends, and she is very much someone who is all about rehoming greyhounds.
Jody Music said, when dogs howl where I live in the night, it's an omen that I live in a sketchy neighbourhood.
Black dogs can also turn back bad luck around. For example, seeing an ambulance is considered very unlucky unless you
Well, it's unlucky for the person in it.
unless you hold your breath until you see a black dog or a brown dog cross the road.
There'd be people fainting everywhere.
There would be. There would be. But there is also a superstition about holding your breath when you're driving past a cemetery, because they believe that
You
if
can
you
suck in
breathe
the spirit.
you can suck in the spirit. So we have to do 2 C's, because cemeteries are also a really great
We
superstition.
can go through the whole alphabet again. Let's do it's season 1.
Season 1,
2.
yeah, we could. Spotted dogs, especially Dalmatians, are considered very good luck almost across most cultures. British law is primarily responsible for our history of dog superstitions, but then again, they brought us the Hound of the Baskervilles and the Black Dog of Booley Bay and the Beast of Bodmin Moor.
Oh, we're going to go to Bodmin next year.
Yeah, and that helps remind
Feck off
us
COVID.
that the superstitions surrounding dogs are just that, superstitions. So I mentioned 3. Let's go through those 3. The Black Dog of Booley Bay. Many years ago, the people of Trinity talked of a huge black dog with eyes the size of saucers that roamed the cliff paths round Booley Bay, dragging its chain behind it. The sound of the chain would frighten people so much that they would stop in their tracks only to be caught by the dog. The dog would then circle its victim at great speed in order to terrify them further. No bodily harm was ever done to the victim, but they were usually found cowering against a hedge in a state of shock after the encounter with that
Just
black
started,
dog.
Sky. Just started.
Now, a couple of superstitions in between. In India, it is believed that getting bitten by a dog will impregnate a human with puppies who will give the human host rabies.
somebody needs to explain the birds and the bees to them. That's not no.
Wow.
No.
What an interesting superstition.
Yeah, no.
Here's another superstition for you. A dog walking between a courting couple indicates a quarrel will soon take place or the wedding may be cancelled.
Oh, what? That's crazy.
Well, if you kind of think dogs pick up on our energies, and they do, they very much do. They pick up on us energetically. They might be protecting their owners by being in between them.
Renata's going, no, just no on the Indian one.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've heard this one. A dog who stares or growls at nothing is seeing a ghost. If you look between his eyes, you might see the ghost.
You look
between his ears.
Between his ears?
Between his ears, you might see the ghost. No.
What?
No.
That dog, I don't know if there's much between those ears. He's a sweet one.
It's good luck for a strange dog to follow you home. Extra good luck if it's a black dog.
No, not for me because I keep them.
Yeah, I would too.
At one stage, I kept every stray cat that came to our house, and I had 8 cats.
Oh dear.
Oh.
When a strange dog enters your house, it's a symbol of a new friendship.
Well, it is. You've got a friendship with the dog.
Yeah. If a dog retreats under a table or into a corner, bad weather is coming.
Well, this is true because Koo, she will hear the thunderstorms before I do. Koo, come here. Koo, come here. Come here. You've got to go on TV. Come on. Come here, sweet. No, she's like, no. Oh, this is Koo. She's a little camera shot. So she will hear thunderstorms well before I hear them, and will be shuddering and hiding, and then will climb into my lap for cuddles, and then I'll hear the what do you call it? What's the noise under the brown noise? What is it? Oh, the words are gone. What's the words, people?
Yeah.
Well, I want to say subwoofer, but it's not subwoofer.
Yeah. So the low vibrations. Yeah.
Something sound. Infrasound.
That's it. Yep. Keep a dog guarding the bedside of a sick or dying person to protect them from evil spirits.
Why would evil spirits be around someone that's dying?
Well, that's also a superstition because you're transiting between one world and the next, and there could be the thought, or that it was possible that the thought of those any sorts of spirits sit in that zone. Yeah.
She moans.
In French tradition, if you step on dog poop with your left foot, good luck will surely follow.
Did I tell you about the time when I was a kid living with my grandparents at Stockton while they were moving houses, and I went down to the cake shop. My grandma gave me some money to go and get a Neenish tart.
Oh, do you remember Neenish tarts?
I don't know if our American friends know what a Neenish tart is. It's a little pastry case with a tiny dob of jam at the bottom, some mock cream, and then half of it is in brown icing and the other half of the circle is in pink icing. Deliciousness. I've walked down to the shops barefoot as you do as a kid back then, and happily walking along, and then look down, there was the biggest pile of dog poop I'd ever seen. But not only was it dog poop, it was diarrhea dog poop.
Awesome.
Right. Squished right up between my toes.
Oh, nice. And
there was no way I could get it off. So I've gone into the cake shop. You know how you put your heel down and you keep your toes up?
Oh, no.
Trying to, because I had to get my Neenish tart after all of that. Bloody hell. Sorry, you can keep going now.
Okay. All right. We're still going. So another superstition and another tale of a dog that is associated with superstitions. Here we go.
Guy just said if you fought the French at one time and a cat appeared, they wouldn't fight.
Oh, that's interesting.
Karen knows what a Neenish tart is.
Excellent. So the black shuck
of Footspark.
We've heard of the black shuck. And it is a ghostly black dog who is said to stalk the coastline of eastern England. It's known as the black shuck or the old shock or shuck, whichever you wish. He is depicted as having flaming eyes, and he's a big, creepy beast. He prefers forests, cemeteries, crossroads, coastlines, and bodies of water. Then we have Cerberus. We talked about him before. What is he? Protector of the underworld. He's the three-headed dog that guards the entrance to the underworld in Greek and Roman mythology. Typically depicted with three heads, he prevents the dead from escaping and the living from entering. Great superstition. This comes from the Inuits. The Kukern comes from Inuit mythology and is said to cause fits when approached by humans. One way to get rid of it is to call out its name. Well,
what does it say? Inuit.
Kukern. Flee, convulsion, causing terror, naked dog spirit.
Okay.
So Argos is another one, and Argos was a faithful dog of Odysseus, who, as chronicled in Homer's Odyssey, recognized his master, who returned to his home in disguise after 20 years of absence. Argos wagged his tail, but was unable to get up to greet his master, who, in return, was unable to greet him lest he give his disguise away. Argos died shortly after Odysseus passed by him. Oh. So he literally waited until his master returned to die. Oh. What a beautiful, beautiful doggy. It's a great name for a dog.
Hi, Margot. How are you?
Argos. It's a good name for a dog.
Hi, Jeremy. I just gave you a shout out at the beginning of the show saying this was our last show on the Paranormal United Network, and it was you that brought us into the fold and how much we appreciated the opportunity. So there, everyone, is the wonderful Jeremy York. He has a his own network now called Things, Things. So where are we up to?
Axe handle.
Look at the face on that.
Yeah, this is a axe handle hound. In early lumberjack folklore, you'll find various fearsome critters. The axe handle hound was one such creature who is said to have a handle-shaped body topped with a head shaped like an axe blade. Its diet discarded axe handles, of course.
What?
Now, Luison. Luison is a monstrous creature that is feared in the mythology of the Guarani people who live in central South America. He was said to inhabit cemeteries and other burial grounds and was noted to feast exclusively on rotten flesh.
So Jeremy said, I have always loved your shows and I'm going to miss seeing you and your craziness. Jeremy, we're still going to be on, but we're just going to be on our Anne and Renata YouTube channel at this stage, and we're still working out whether it's pre-recorded or live or what we're going to do. We're just trying to restructure everything to, well, first off, to bring monetization in, because we are doing this full time and we need to pay bills. And we don't want to keep asking our beautiful audience to put their hand in their pocket and send super stickers and stars all the time when YouTube can actually monetize it by advertising, and people can watch afterwards. So we're still going to be around. We're still going to be doing content. We're just restructuring.
So let's get on to the Passanta. And the Passanta comes from Catalan folklore and is said to be a giant dog who creeps into people's homes, sits on their chests, and gives them breathing problems and nightmares.
Oh, they're touching their breasts, from what I can see.
So this is a way of these people understanding old hag syndrome or sleep paralysis. Yeah.
So yes, you are right. Those who are watching from Facebook now, you will need to go over to YouTube. We are streaming to YouTube right now. Anne and Renata, I think it's Ghost Hunters it's called, but if you just put Anne and Renata, you will find us there.
And the Cavall. Cavall was the name of King Arthur's dog, who he used hunting for the enchanted wild boar, Trich Trith. Legend says the dog left his footprint in a stone during the hunt, A stone that would always return to its original place, even if moved. Wow.
Oh, thanks, Jeremy. He wants to wish us good luck.
So that is the end of our presentation. Don't go anywhere because it's just the end of our presentation. And we thank you for watching. And we ask you to join our social pages, to find us on Anne and Renata on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Instagram, and TikTok. So I've made a mistake.
It was late at night when she did this one. That's when she does her best work, though.
Yeah,
so I'm just going to pop this out.
About 2 o'clock in the morning is when I work the best.
There we go. All right, we've got some bot scammers on YouTube. Oh no, that's all right. We've got rid of them. I think they're funny anyway. We got another one. They're back again. Dear oh dear, the Naked HD XYZ. Hey, I'm waiting for you on 18 plus stream. Well, guys, you can get almost the 60 plus stream here with us. Be far more entertaining than the 18 pluses. Seriously. We've got curves in all the right places and wrinkles to match. Oh, that's all right. I guess block.
So much easier to block them from YouTube because you just block them.
Yep, done.
Yep. So we still have a little bit of time. So I'm wondering whether any of you may have a question for us, a paranormal question. We can talk a little bit about what we are heading into for 2022, and we've made a massive, above where we are looking is a massive piece of cardboard with a structure.
I'll show you. Just don't get seasick while we do it. This is where we're planning. We're trying to do our planning for the year so that we can understand how we're going, because we are completely exhausted. And we have to be more sensible about what we're doing, because we love what we're doing. We've got to be more sensible.
Yes, there are many strings to our bow, and the problem is we enjoy doing all of it. We absolutely enjoy doing all of it. Someone asked about werewolves. Werewolves will be W, but we have done a little bit on werewolves
on the ABC of Paranormal Strangeness, which is another season.
And there's a lot of superstitions about werewolves. A lot of them are from Central European countries.
Half an hour. Go for it.
And I actually, my background is Central European. My family is Polish. And I didn't realise how intensely superstitious the Polish people were with or about vampires and werewolves. So a lot of the superstitions then go back to these vampires and werewolves. And if you think about dogs, they were often feral dogs that were left to fend for themselves, and often quite hungry, and often eating things that were not very good for their bodies. And so they carried things like worms and diseases. And of course, if you were bitten by a dog, those diseases could be transferred to you. And people that were living 400 or 500 years ago would have been terrified of getting any sort of disease. There was nothing against infection. So, I mean, it was a death sentence. So no wonder there were superstitions that were created to make us fearful of these animals.
So our next question there is, what's it mean if you see a black dog with black eyes in your dreams? And Renata's more the dream interpreter than what I am. I'm more the technology and ghost hunter type of thing.
Look, there are two schools of thought when you're looking at dreams, Dana, and I'm going to explain them both to you. So one school of thought is there is a collective unconscious of biases when it comes to particular images and what they symbolize. And if you are sort of someone that sort of thinks that way, then you're best to get a dreams book and look up what a meaning of a black dog would be for you. So the thought behind that is that all the cultures in the world and that collective unconscious of memories and knowing, they all kind of have a sense of believing in the same thing. It all funnels down into sort of one belief that can be overarching or an umbrella for people around the world. So a black dog for a German will be the same as a black dog for an Australian, will be the same as a black dog for a French, and so on and so forth. Now, there is another school of thought when you come to the psychology of people, where you have to look at your personal biases for interpreting dreams. So, for example, for you or for someone, a black dog might be fearful because they have heard of the superstitions around black dogs, or they have had a accident with a black dog has bitten them, and so they have a trauma within them that says any black dog is going to be a awful thing to encounter. So in your dream, a black dog will be a symbol that suggests that something on your mind is saying something is coming up that is a worry, or something is coming up that is going to be traumatic, or something that you have to deal with. Now, on the other hand, there might be people who love black dogs and think black dogs are fantastic. So when they dream of a black dog, for them, it's interpreted very differently because, of course, the symbology is personal to you. So your symbology, if you love black dogs, might mean that there is a happy event, or it symbolizes good news coming to you. And I wouldn't worry about the black eyes too much, again, except for what your bias is about black eyes. If it means something terrible or something fearful, then that symbol is coming up in your dreams to say, you've got this is a forewarning that you are focusing, or there is something around you that is not good, and you have to be aware of it.
Okay, next comment is from Sky, and I actually quite like this question. How does your paranormal work affect your personal life? It is our personal life.
It is everything. It's everything from the moment we wake up to the moment we put our heads down on our pillows. It is everything. That's how much our paranormal work affects us. This is our be-all and end-all. We have devoted our lives to this work. We've devoted our lives to this work.
And we are very lucky that both of us have husbands that support what we do and can see our passion and belief. And my husband has actually helped me set up our Oz Paratech company, which sells paranormal equipment here in Australia. He supports me going away to haunted locations with her. And he said it's even okay if we share the bed as long as we get videos of it. No, I'm joking. But we cringe every time we say we have to share a bed. It's like, oh.
Yeah. And Sky, I came to this as a full-time thing late in life, and
me too.
I considered that if I was right now in my 30s or in my 40s, there would be no way I could do this because there's no money in it. This is not sustainable unless you are extremely, extremely focused, and you continue to work with a strategy that it has to be full-time work that can give you a living wage.
Which is why we're coming away from Facebook and heading over to YouTube, where they can monetize what we do. And our goal is to basically become influencers. Putting it out there, universe. Yes, we are going to Gundagai Jail for the late adult ghost hunting tour. Old Gundagai Jail, 7th of May. Appy runs it. We're just going to be there as guests. And if any of the rest of the people who are in the area want to come and join us when we're there, book that one. It's a great night. No, Pink Unicorn, you can ask anything you like. Okay, just going.
I was just to finish what I was saying.
Sorry.
If I was in my 30s now, I would have to really consider what I do as very part-time, and I would still be going out and working a normal job because financially that's the only way that I could have survived.
So, Johnny, we have a whole episode on werewolves that we did in the ABC of Paranormal, which explains where the origins of the werewolves started. So head over to YouTube and you'll find it there.
Yeah, but as I was mentioning, Johnny, yes, most probably the superstition came from the fear of being bitten by a dog who had some sort of disease.
Irene said we have a place here. It's called the Howling Dog Village, and it's haunted.
Oh, that's so interesting.
We'll have to go to Japan now.
Of course.
You keep telling me about Japan.
Japan is magical. It's beautiful. Like Japan.
Okay. Just looking for some. Hi, Ivy. How are you, Mama? All right. Not sure if this is allowed because it's off topic. How can I console my mother when she loses her sister, which is imminent? I'm so sorry to hear that. Also, how can I console my aunt's dog? Thank you for considering the dog. He has a terrible life, if abuse and neglect, until Aunt Anne came and rescued him.
All right. There are a couple of things here. Allow the dog to be aware that Aunt Anne has passed. So don't not take the dog in. Don't not allow the dog to sniff or be around the aunt after she has passed, if that is possible, because that allows the dog to understand that she's gone.
So allow the dog to come in and sniff her once she's deceased.
Yes.
I couldn't quite work out what you were saying.
So,
don't not allow.
Don't not allow. Yeah. Allow the puppy to know what's going on.
She may be in hospice or something, so that might be difficult.
If you can, if there's anything at all that you can do to allow the puppy to be part of that process, then please do. It's really, really important. And how do you console your mum? It's an awful, awful thing. And the only thing that, or the biggest suggestion is be there for her, not for you. It is all about the grieving person, and most people need to understand that you have to put your own issues aside and allow them to talk about it, allow them to grieve, and don't say it'll be okay, because it's not freaking okay. Someone has just passed. Don't say the words it will be okay. Just go,
or she's in a better place, because you want them there with you. So you just sit with her and say, this must be hard. And then just an open-ended thing and let her talk.
And make sure that people are caring for her too. So she might need some food delivered, or she might need someone.
My tummy's rumbling.
She might need someone to stay with her for a couple of days so she doesn't feel that aloneness. Whatever is needed, let her tell you. Sometimes you might have to feel your way through that, even when she says no, nothing, because they're just being brave. But share and get other members of the family to also share the responsibility if that's possible.
In regards to the dog, I'm assuming they're being cared for now by someone. So you can't force a friendship onto them, but find out what their trigger is, whether it's food or whether it's play, and offer those things to the dog. Make it the whoever becomes the carer of the dog, create a new bond with them, and the dog will grieve for a couple of weeks, but they are quite adaptive and they will come across. So find what their joy trigger is and become the source of that joy trigger, so that they want to come and sit with you. Let them go to wherever they want to go, but you go to them, not into their face, and offer it. And if they're not interested, just back up. But you've got to keep doing it consistently.
Do you think it's worth them putting a piece of Auntie's clothing in their bed?
Yeah.
So that's another thing. If there's something that Auntie's wearing that has her smell on it, that might be something that consoles the puppy for a little while. So
I used to work in dog rescue, just so you know that I'm not talking out my ass.
Place it in their bed so that they feel comfortable. But dogs will go through grieving. They will go through grieving.
I've just got to take this phone call. Hello. Give me 2 seconds and I'm going to pop outside and talk to you. All right, there you go. I'll let you control the feed.
Okay.
We're just doing a live show to America, but you're important.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I still have your phone number programmed.
Yeah, Margot, that's exactly right. Put some clothes down with your auntie's smell on it. And that's a really good idea for anyone who has pets who might be going through that thing of, when you're going off to work or when you're away on holidays or whatever, and they stress about it. If you have a piece of clothing that is yours, nice and sweaty, got your smell on it, pop it into their bed, and it's a safety security thing. They still have you around. Yeah. Sky, your dog loves underwear. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, Margot said I had to do it for my cat when my dog passed. Yeah, it's hard because we're grieving too. And it's like, well, we forget about our pets, and the pets are doing it as well. Inanna says, I've been wanting to attend one of your tours, but would have to come on my own, hence my hesitation. Do others go on their own? Yes, they do. Yes, absolutely, they do. And again, it's going to depend on what tour you come on. We look after our singles, so it's okay. You can stick with one of us, or we make sure that our volunteers look after you, especially if you come and say, look, I'm here by myself. I don't have anyone else on the tour with me. It's unfortunate if you have people around you that aren't going to sort of come along to these things and you're kind of, wanting to do it yourself. Yeah. Pink Unicorn recently applied for a Department of Housing property transfer to a property in central Sydney back in late 2019. It got approved in early 2020. Will we get a new property anytime soon? That is a tarot question. Let me have a look if I've got my tarot cards in my bag. Just hold on. Of course I do, because I never go anywhere without my tarot cards. So, Pink Unicorn, hold on a minute. Give me 1 second, and I'll give these a quick shuffle, and let me see what we can have. And now that I've broken out the tarot, guess what? You can all ask tarot questions. Just hang on for a little while longer. It is very, very close, and that's what this particular card says. So even though these two people here look pretty destitute, that's probably maybe how you're feeling at the moment, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. It will come to you. Stick with what you are doing and stay on top of the connections with the Department of Housing. Don't let them forget about you, Pink Unicorn, okay? So I think a new property is on its way in 2022.
I've been wanting to attend one of your tours,
I've
but
got that.
Oh yeah,
done
people come all the time on their own. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. What was I going to say?
Make a gorgeous spell jar around that pink unicorn. So put all of the wishes and hopes for that place that you want in writing, and put it's coming in 2022. It is coming. I am getting this in 2022. And pop that into a jar, and in amongst that place maybe some beautiful crystals. You can put some nice herbs in there as well, just to attract and bring in the thing that you want to have come to you. Maybe even put on there areas that you want to have this housing in. So whatever suburbs you want to have the housing in, put that in there as well. Keep adding bits and pieces to it. So put some silver coins in, even if it's 5 cents or 10 cents in, because that's your money, that's your abundance and your flow going in there. And every day when you get up, you shake that jar and you go, universe, bring this to me. I need this now, and really activate it. And what that does is it takes your vibrational energy out into the universe, saying that this is what I want. Universe then knows and says, okay, she's got an idea. She knows exactly what we want. Let's go out and find it for her.
And I apologise for ducking out there, but that was actually somebody who is having an awakening, a spiritual awakening, and they're starting to hear spirits talking to them, and she's going nuts. She doesn't know whether she's going crazy or. So this is where we love to help people. And she said, I didn't know whether I should call you or not, but this is what we're here for. We love to help.
Sarah, let's go to Sarah. I've been trying to switch my focus to invest in my art career. Will I have success as a professional artist? Well,
that's a hard one.
That's a hard one, Sarah. You need to come over to the Rich Witch Club, where we are doing manifestation and focus work continually on a daily basis. It's only $5 for a whole month to come on, and you get my tips and my constant push to get you focused. And one of the things that we need to do, Sarah, with all of this, and I will choose a tarot card for you, but the most important thing to this is the continual focus of you on your work. And remember that, and this is what's going to piss you off about this, anyone that's a creative doesn't want to think about the financial structure and how to make all of this work for you financially. It takes away from the joy of creation. It really does. And so your head has to be in two places at once. For one part of what you're doing, Sarah, you have to have your creative and artistic hat on and go, while I'm creating my art, I'm not focusing on whether this is going to bring in money or not, because it skews what you're doing. It really takes away the joy and happiness of what you're doing. So you have to have your art hat on. But if you want to be a professional artist, you then have to go and learn what you need to do to make this happen. So this is when you put your business hat on, and while you are in your business hat, you work as a business person from the business side and the business perspective of how you can make this work. And they are conflicting. They are conflicting because someone who is in the arts and who is creative wants to spend their whole life creating. Like the paranormal stuff, like we're doing.
I'm struggling.
Where we're stuck because we want to create continuously, but it's not feeding our families. We're struggling, and you don't want to be in that zone because it then becomes, it doesn't become joyous, it becomes a struggle. So you have to have two hats, or you have to have a business mentor that is going to say to you, wake up to yourself, Sarah, this isn't working, all right? You can do this for yourself, or you can do it for, for the love and passion of it. But if you want to make it professional, these are the points that you have to put in because it's not going to work otherwise. So you have to have someone that's going to smack you and go, strategic here, we've got to be strategic. There are lots of professional artists that do really, really well. So you can certainly be one of those.
I like Johnny, who says, aren't you in your 40s?
Oh, Johnny.
I think he meant me, not you.
Oh, shut up.
It's a struggle out there trying to find a foothold like Amy's crypt or Zach Baggins. I like how someone's a bit better than Amy. I know.
Look,
we don't need to be better. There's enough success for everyone.
Yeah, and this for them, it hasn't happened in a minute as well. It's happened over a long time, and it's happened because they're in the right place at the right time. For example, Amy's crypt. Amy's husband does all of her media work. So he's a media professional. He's an IT expert. So he does all of her recordings. He does all of her uploads to YouTube and everything. And Amy's the star out front of the camera. So their thing works well together because they're a husband and wife team, and they do this all the time. And I'm assuming that they have an extra job beyond this, because I don't think they are actually living off Amy's crypt. I don't think they're living off Amy's crypt. So, this is where we have to, and this is why people are saying, well, why are you charging for this stuff? We're charging because we want to live and we want to eat and we want to pay bills. And if we have devoted ourselves to this particular platform of work, it is no less important than anyone who is serving at McDonald's, or who is a taxi driver, or who is working as a teacher. That's what they have decided to commit themselves to. we're committing ourselves to this. Yeah.
I agree, Joe. I believe Ouija boards, glass dowsing, table tipping is just psychokinesis. Fight me, lol. Although what it does is while we're using the psychokinetic energy to move the table, so if they are saying, is that you moving it? In a way it is.
Yeah.
But we're not consciously moving the tables and the glasses, but it seems to also kick in the mediumship psychic abilities that open at the same time and allow messages to come through.
Absolutely.
Don't forget, this is our last episode here on the Paranormal United Network, Paralanx, and we're invited to come back and join them should we want to later on. But we are moving out on our own to YouTube. So we will continue doing shows and things, but please, you need to go to YouTube and you need to subscribe, hit the bell so you get the notifications on when things are going to happen. I'm just trying to scroll.
This is probably our last one.
Sorry. And Irene's invited us to stay with her in Japan. Oh, thank you.
Look, we have loved this platform. It's allowed all of you beautiful people to become friends. So please don't forget that these friendships that you are creating now need to go on. And that's why we're continuing on YouTube, because you are a whole beautiful bunch of people that we have acquired, and that Paralanx has allowed us to gather up into a beautiful family. We want this family to continue. And so we are still going to be there for you. Keep up with the announcements of when these things are going to be up. And
yeah, we were hoping to be filming with Isaac tonight, but they couldn't get the other cameraman out of Queensland because he's not vaccinated. So we've had to postpone that now to January. But we will be going to a haunted location, or a possible haunted location, next Monday night that has a great deal of history associated with it. So we will do our own little live cross. So make sure that you are joining us on YouTube or our Facebook community. But once again, we're heading over to YouTube. And you can watch us do some live crosses as we try to contact the spirits of this particular historic home.
Mm-hmm. At least we'll show you around and tell you the history.
Yeah.
Because it's beautiful. And it goes back to the early 1820s, which is really when the convicts started to be here. And the place where it is a long way away from the coast. So, yes.
And Jody Music, thank you so much for your help with this, because we don't understand a lot of the nuances of using YouTube. Apparently, if you go out of the live and you make a comment afterwards, after the show, you just put a comment saying really enjoyed the show, that helps us with YouTube sharing our live feeds. So yes. Just seeing if there's anything else in here.
Thank you, Barbara Harrington Croft.
So thank you again.
What's the house near Dubbo, Sky? I want to go to the house near Dubbo. Which one is that?
Because we run the ghost tours out at Old Dubbo Jail.
Is that the National Trust house out near Dubbo? Because I've asked about that. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, yes. So this is the end of, well, it's almost a year.
Yeah.
On the Paranormal United Network, we have a season of the
ABC of Paranormal Strangeness,
and we started on the Superstitions. So please join us, as I've been harping on the whole time about our YouTube channel, and we will continue the good work. And we want you to all come with us. I'm just trying to see if I've got my YouTube channel there, because we feel like you are our family. So we'd love you to come join us. We still have our tarot shows on Thursday nights, but we're taking a break till next year. We've still got the True Hauntings podcast, which we are taking a break over Christmas, and we have the Spooky Sunday show, which will be Sunday will be our last radio show before we take a couple of weeks off over Christmas. We'd like to take the opportunity to wish you all a wonderful, happy holiday season, whatever it is that you celebrate. Celebrate it with joy.
And we'll see you next year.
We'll see you next year. In the meantime, you know what you all need to do, don't you? come see us on
The dark side.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year. Bye.